There was a wrongness that settled over the city like damp cotton, an almost sound that pressed against window panes and wanted in. Streetlights hummed low and off-key, conversations thinned into rehearsed lines. I used to think I could prod that shift in people, hand someone a precise unease across a table and watch it unfurl. For a long while, it was a talent. A whisper slipped between friends, a tale told into the foggy half-light. A silence stretched until it became an expectation. Then the weather changed, and with it my audience. At first, the signs were domestic and ridiculous. A neighbor's cat that did not flee from thunder, footprints in dust where no shoe should have left an impression, a microwave replying with brief, implausible echoes when I hummed old radio jingles. I talked about it as if it were a puzzle. People laughed, half pleased to be folded into the hunt. Then the interruptions acquired edges, static that tasted faintly of iron if you pressed your tongue to a turned-off speaker. Patterns of street lamps blinking in prime numbers I recognized without knowing I had learned them. Radio frequencies exhaling names I had never spoken but that had lived at the back of my throat for years. My careful manipulations, my craft of suspense, began to feel like testing glass for cracks. The more I arranged rooms and timed footsteps, the more uninvited things learned to time themselves. Paranoia proved a patient animal. It taught me to catalog wrongness like a meticulous taxonomist. How shadows lagged a fraction behind motion. How people in photographs showed an extra tooth when they smiled for me among others. How mirrors deepened my eyes into hollows my skull could not hold. Sleep thinned. I rehearsed conversations not to deceive, but to soothe an expectation burning low behind my ribs. Sometimes, at 3 in the morning, there was not the sense of being watched from beyond a window, but of breath very close, like someone leaning to listen through a keyhole. Confrontation arrived not with horns or a tidy revelation, but like a convergence of misalignments. In the old cinema, the projection threw not images, but a topology. Lines and curves that made my skin hum in sympathetic frequencies. The audience did not gasp. Pupils bloomed slow and botanical black. Something inhabited the angles, rearranging small truths into a map that read humans as patterns. I tried my little rites, ironic charms, staged confessions, and found them astonishingly inadequate. The thing did not reply. It cataloged, folding my techniques into its patient lexicon. When it turned its attention fully on me, it did not become a shape so much as a question-grown teeth. I closed shutters, bolted doors, and listened as the city arranged itself into an even, alien patience. In that quiet, I realized I had practiced opening doors for company I no longer recognized. The last light went out, and whatever I had called across the room sat very still, having waited as long as it needed, and finally decided to begin.